When you ask who the hero of Attack on Titan is, 99% of people are going to give you one of three answers. There's Eren Yeager, the unstoppable force of will. There's Armin Arlert, the strategic genius who sees the path forward. And of course, there's Levi Ackerman, the undisputed, human-sized buzzsaw of death. Today, we're throwing all of them out. Why? Because they aren't heroes. They're martyrs, they're prodigies, they're necessary monsters. But a hero? No. The true hero of Attack on Titan is ironically the one character you probably couldn't stand at the beginning, the most normal guy in the room.
Let's get one thing straight. Attack on Titan isn't a fairy tale about good guys beating bad guys. It's a brutal, relentless tragedy about what it costs to stay human when the entire world is trying to strip that humanity away from you. In that hellscape, the true hero isn't the person with the most power. It's not the one destined to change the world through sheer violence or a grand 5D chess-level plan. The true hero is Kirstein, and the reason is simple. Jean is the only one who truly represents us. He is the embodiment of an ordinary person's moral journey, a guy who has no cheat codes. He doesn't have Titan powers, he doesn't have Ackerman blood, and he isn't a slave to a pre-written destiny. He just has a conscience, and in the world of Attack on Titan, that's the hardest thing to keep.
Let's be real. Jean, when we first meet him, is kind of a jerk. He is the perfect foil to Eren's blind idealism. While Eren is shouting about killing all the Titans, Jean is rolling his eyes and openly talking about his real plan: join the military police, get a cushy job deep inside Walsina, and live a safe, comfortable life. He's selfish, he's arrogant, and his primary motivation is saving his own skin. And you know what? That's what makes him so real. He isn't driven by some epic, abstract ideal. He's driven by the most human impulse of all, the desire to live. He's not a sociopath. He's not a chosen one. He's just a guy who wants to avoid a meaningless, horrifying death. His entire worldview doesn't shift because of some grand revelation or a divine calling. It shifts because of a personal, gut-wrenching tragedy: the death of Marco. Finding Marco's half-eaten body isn't a plot point for Jean. It's his crucible. It's the moment his cynical, self-serving worldview shatters against the horrific reality of his world. His decision to abandon his MP dream and join the Survey Corps isn't a moment of anime hero glory. It's a painful, reluctant choice. He joins in spite of his fear, not because he lacks it. From that point on, Jean serves the most critical role in the entire series. He is the voice of doubt. While every other character is getting swept up in Erwin's suicide charge speeches or Eren's increasingly unhinged plans, Jean is the one guy in the back of the room who has the guts to say, "Hang on, this is insane. Are we sure about this? People are going to die." He isn't a yes man. He represents a healthy, necessary skepticism. He's the audience surrogate, the one asking the questions we're all thinking. He understands the cost. When Erwin is sacrificing rookies, Jean is the one who sees their faces, who knows their names. This is constantly mistaken for cowardice. It's the exact opposite. True courage isn't being fearless, that's just being Levi or Eren. True courage is being terrified and doing the right thing anyway. Jean is terrified all the time. He feels the dread, he acknowledges the horror, and he still gets on the horse. He still flies into battle. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have a destiny forcing his hand. He chooses to, every single time. That's a bravery that Eren, who is literally propelled by fate, can never understand. Here's the most fascinating part of his arc. Jean never, ever wanted to be a leader. He was born to be a follower, but the world kept killing off his leaders. When he's forced to take charge, he becomes one of the most effective tactical leaders in the story. Why? Because unlike Erwin, who sees soldiers as pieces on a chessboard, and unlike Eren, who sees them as acceptable collateral damage, Jean sees them as people. He understands the human cost. His leadership is built on empathy and a pragmatic desire to get as many of his friends out alive as possible. He doesn't have a titan to back him up. He just has his wits, his spatial awareness, and a deep, painful understanding of loss. He carries the legacy of those who fell, first Marco and later Honge. He doesn't do it because he wants the glory. He does it because someone has to. He is, at his core, a soldier who understands his duty. Look at the final arc. When the world is ending, what is Jean's conflict? He has a vision of the life he always wanted, a wife, a child, a peaceful existence. He could walk away. He could finally have the military police life he dreamed of. But he doesn't. He joins the Alliance to stop Eren, knowing it's almost certainly a suicide mission because it's the right thing to do.
Now, I know what you're thinking, but Jean didn't do anything. Eren is the one who moved the plot. Levi won the fights. You're right. Eren is the protagonist. But protagonist is not the same thing as hero. Eren is a force of nature, a Greek tragedy embodied. He's a character who sacrifices his own humanity and everyone else's for a goal. He's an anti-hero who becomes a full-blown mass-murdering villain. And Levi's a superhero. He's amazing to watch, but he's not human in the way we are. His Ackerman bloodline makes him a warrior god. He operates on a different plane. We can't relate to his power, only admire it. They are exceptions. Jean is the rule. The entire point of Attack on Titan is the struggle for humanity, and Jean is the only character who represents that struggle on a normal human scale. His battle isn't with titans or the world. His battle is internal. Cynicism versus idealism, fear versus duty, selfishness versus sacrifice. And every single time, he makes the heroic choice.
So what does this all mean? Attack on Titan asks us one brutal question. In a world that is fundamentally cruel and hopeless, what does it truly mean to be a hero? Is it the person with the power to destroy the world? Is it the person with the genius to save it? Or is it the person who, with no power and no grand destiny, wakes up every day, terrified and broken, and still tries to do the right thing? The guy who holds on to his conscience when it would be so much easier to let it go. Jean Kirstein is the answer. Heroism isn't about greatness. It's about goodness. It's about stubbornly, painfully, and reluctantly holding on to your humanity. But that's my take. Now I want to hear yours. Who is the real hero of Attack on Titan for you? Am I wrong? Is it Eren? Is it Armin? Is it someone else entirely, like Hange or Erwin? Break down my argument. Give me your thesis. Comment your take below.
In the end, Eren, Armin, and Levi may have been the titans who changed the world, but Jean Kirstein was the one who showed us why that world, and our own humanity, was worth saving in the first place.